Okay.
This is called Stepping Stones, a refugee family's journey. This book has super cool art.
And we are carrying this by a phone, not just a camera.
Such a big, important story to understand.
Very
This is by Margaret Rurs, and the artwork is by Nizar Ali Badr.
That's why this book is going to be funny, because Mom's going to say...
And all of the artwork is
Not art.
rocks. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding.
So
Albert Einstein said that.
So what this book is made by is that persons made cool rocks from the beach, and
Here he is, making them. Yeah.
And it even has that blue background, see?
It's kind of cool the way he made these pictures. All right, let's listen to the story. Rama, wake up, the rooster crowed. Every morning when we still lived at home. Oh. Rama, wake up, the rooster crowed every morning when we still lived at home. From my warm bed, I listened as Mama prepared breakfast. Bread, yogurt, juicy red tomatoes from our garden.
Can we have that now and see what it is?
Mm-hmm. When I was little, not so long ago, my brother Sammy, our friends and I played on sun-baked soil. We laughed, ran across rocks and sand, free as birds. When Papa came in from the fields, he would sit for a time under the orange tree and tell stories of our ancestors. In that not-so-distant memory, we were free. Free to play, free to go to school, free to buy fruit and vegetables at the market, free to laugh and chat and drink tea with neighbors. Always 3 cups. But that was then, and this is now. Back then, Jeddo, my grandfather, fished. Papa worked in the fields, and Mama sewed silk scarves for me and my dolls. Wrapped in silk and hugs, I didn't know our lives would soon change forever.
Forever?
But Jeddo said we weren't really free. If we're not allowed to sing our songs and dance our dances and pray the prayers of our choice, are we truly free? And then war came to our country. Life in our village changed. Nothing was as it had been. Soon there was not enough food. Rama, share this bowl of soup with Sammy. I didn't know then that Mama would go hungry. But we still had Mama's hugs and Jeddo's arms to hold us.
And then her mama died.
No.
No.
Then the birds stopped singing. People began to leave our village. First a trickle and then a stream across the dusty fields under a burning sun. A stream driven by hope. Mothers, fathers, children seeking a better place and a better life.
They'll make the blue sky more dusty, or so it needs more dark on.
A river of strangers in search of a place to be free. To live, to laugh, to love again, in search of a place where bombs did not fall, where people did not die on the way to market. A river of people in search of peace.
Peace. Cool rocks, right, in this book?
At first, when our neighbors left, I didn't mind. I had Papa and Mama and Jeddo and Sammy, and I still had friends. We waved goodbye, not knowing they wouldn't come back. But when bombs fell too close to our home, Mama and Papa became frightened for all of us. I hid my face in Mama's lap and cried, even though I'm a big girl. One day, Jeddo told Sammy and me that it was time. Time to join the river of people. Time to leave all that we knew. That night, I lay in bed and cried, because I knew I would never again hear the crow of that rooster, the creak of the gate, the bleat of our goat. I lay awake and I listened to the wind, wondering if the moon rises the same way in other places. Kind of a sad story, huh?
I think it does.
Sammy and I said goodbye to the flowers in our yard, to our goat, to the soil we called home, and then we walked. We walked and walked and walked. I tried to match my steps to Jeddo's long strides. I tried to hold Mama's hand, but she carried blankets and a bundle of clothes. I carried only memories in my heart. We walked, sometimes alone, but mostly with many others. Everyone fleeing the war, running away from the bombs. Papa carried little Sammy and more on his back. When I grew so tired and cried, Papa told me that we were walking toward a bright new future.
That makes the story better.
We walked to the end of the earth, and then when we reached it, there was the sea. We set sail on waves of hope and prayer. I was frightened as the waves battered our little boat, and not everyone made it safely across. We said prayers for those whose journey ended at sea. We arrived on land once again, and Mama and Papa planted seeds to grow flowers to remember those who did not reach freedom.
I'll go too fast a little bit longer.
And on we walked. Tired. I was so tired. My feet felt like the rocks on which we walked. My legs were like trees rooted to the soil. On we walked. But now we walked across lands free from war, free from guns and bombs, free from fear. Now we walked in hope. At last we came to our future. Our new neighbors welcomed us with open arms. I heard their voices, but I didn't understand their words. But when I saw their smiles, I knew what the words meant. Stay, they said. Stay here with us. You will be safe now. No more war. They shared what they had. Clothes, food, even a new doll. Woo! We have a new home now. A home with new sounds and smells, with smiles and people who help. Will this always be our home, or will we go back one day? The lucky ones, they call us. New memories, new hopes, new dreams. Not of war, but of peace.
I don't remember the story.
They made it to a new place.
And they're never going to go back.
They don't know. Will they go back or will they stay?
Yeah, and that thing is still happening today. I have no idea if it is.
There they are walking.
But that is a cool story because this man always makes pictures of rocks.
Pictures with rocks. And that's
Bye now.
stepping stones.